Welcome to Ladies Who Question and another edition of Let's Talk Local. Lisa and Holly here with a guest, a local guest that anybody of any age, any denomination, any gender, whatever, is going to want to know about. Welcome, Amanda. Is it Arendt?
Yep.
Okay. I just wasn't sure where it was supposed to be emphasized, but I knew it. Yeah. Arendt, Amanda Arendt. She is a physical therapist and has a doctorate doctor in physical therapy? Or did they say doctorate or doctor in physical therapy?
I'm a doctor in physical therapy.
A doctor in physical therapy.
Wow.
Ooh. That's impressive.
Thank you.
And we are happy to talk to you because you're going to tell us all about what it takes to work out those pains and how you're going to help us and how you're going to get us through and all the steps. Because I saw you have on your website, which your website is, let's say it up front.
PRXPT.com.
Say it again slower.
PRXPT.com.
And I didn't mean that in a weird sexual way, everybody. Okay. I just meant you're here in Lake Bluff. You're a physical therapist. Yeah. Where are you located?
Yeah. So I am not in the downtown area of Lake Bluff. My practice is kind of close to like the west side of Lake Bluff. I'm kind of by the Ferrari dealership in Pasquazi's.
Oh, that's,
okay.
Yeah. So you're in the industrial area of Lake Bluff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Uh-huh.
After seeing, Holly, you sent me the link to the website and I looked at that and I went, there is no way this is anywhere in downtown Lake Bluff because you have so much space.
Well, also, fun fact. So my website currently is not updated. Every picture that's currently in the website is from where I used to be located, and I just moved to my own space.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
It's just the unit next door, though, from where I was before. So everything right now on my website, the whole big gym setup, I was inside of someone else's gym, and now I branched out, and so I've got my own standalone clinic. Just the unit next door, but yes.
So things must be going well if she's expanding.
I did.
Right?
I expanded very fast. Yep.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Okay. So let's start from the very beginning.
Well, we got a referral to Amanda from Matt Brueggemann
From Matt.
from Floatstone.
Right.
And so we're meeting you for the first time, both of us, and we couldn't be more pleased. And shout out to Matt. Thank you. Thank you for telling us about Amanda. What exactly is your business called, though?
PRX Physical Therapy. So there's a little spin behind PRX. I chose the name because I wanted it to be very fitness forward. I tend to work with a lot of CrossFit athletes and weightlifters. And so
serious people.
PR is a fitness term. It's like your personal record. And then RX is also a CrossFit term, or it's a general population term of like prescription. So PRX, I kind of spun it. I wanted it short, simple. It just means like the performance and recovery prescription.
Oh, I got it.
Clever. Very clever.
That makes it easy to remember. I think that makes a lot of sense.
But PRX is short and simple.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so you're over in the industrial area of West Lake Bluff, near Pasquazi's, et cetera.
We'll get the address before at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So people,
But we know that general area. So
I just want to make sure she at least got the website out because I want to get it at the front and in the back.
Right.
Just because.
Right.
Just in case someone goes, oh, no, I didn't hear it and I had to cut out early.
Yeah.
Damn you. Don't ever do that.
Right.
Anyway, what were you going to ask her? You had something you were going to ask
Well, I was
Amanda.
just going to start from the very beginning. So how did you get started in this industry?
Yeah. So growing up, I've always been very interested in like the health and fitness side of things. I knew I wanted to do something in medicine, but then I was like, I'm not really sure if I want to be a doctor. I don't know if I really want to do anything with all like the guts and blood, you name it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Not my cup of tea. I was a gymnast growing up, and I was like, again, I've been injured quite a few times, and so I was exposed to physical therapy pretty early on into my like athletic career. But I was a gymnast that turned into a CrossFitter, and so just anatomy, physiology, fitness, that was like my cup of tea. And I wanted to mesh all of my interests of like fitness, but then medicine, and so I was like, physical therapy. Here it is.
That is perfect. That is
really
a good marriage.
It really is. I wanted to help and serve people and actively be part of their plan of care. I didn't just want to be a passive role and being like, okay, you're in pain, take some meds, here you go. I wanted to get to know the person. I wanted to take them through a whole journey of starting from zero and then getting back to doing things that they love doing, and in ways that are fitness forward. Because again, I'm an athlete, and pretty much a lot of the population is too. And so I also wanted, again, the same thing with my companies. I wanted to challenge the way that traditional rehab was prescribed. And so I'm not the typical PT that you go to and you get tossed on like heat for 10 minutes. You get put on a bike for 10 minutes.
Right.
You see the PT for 5 and then you get sent to a tech. My whole vision and the reason why I started my company is because I wanted a fitness forward approach. And so
Fitness, what do you mean by that?
Yeah,
Fitness
let's
forward.
expand on that.
yeah. So fitness forward is not, it's specific to the athlete, but it's not necessarily, again, I'm in sports medicine, but I'm not going to ask someone who's coming in and be like, okay, we're going to do back squats today. All it is I meet you where you're at, but I'm challenging intensity. And that's something that traditional PTs don't really emphasize. You go to a PT studio and they're just giving you band exercises. And for a lot of the population who are very active, and especially in this area, banded exercises are not going to get them to meet their goals, get them back into some sort of functional and back into the things that they love doing the most, which is all their sports. And so fitness forward is just something that obviously we're focusing on like hypertrophy and we're focusing on strength. And I have a whole bunch of a variety of different exercises that are, again, specific to the person, but then specific to their sport. And it's not just simple exercises. They're, again, anything with a barbell, weights, loading the body in a manner that's, again, different than a band, different than just body weight or walking or mobility. And so we're just doing a lot of bigger movement patterns that are, again, not many people are doing. Not many people are resistance training. And that's something that I do in my practice is resistance training.
Resistance training is a good thing for any body at all.
Yeah.
But I forgot what the word hypertrophy means. I used to know.
Yeah. So difference between hypertrophy and strength. Hypertrophy is building up the bulk of the muscle. So we're building up. So think of like bodybuilders. They have like big muscle mass. That's what we're doing is we're bulking up the tissue. But then strength training. So hypertrophy is a lot more higher repetitions of stuff, light weights. Strength is
lots of reps, lighter weights.
Yeah.
Okay.
Strength is heavy weights, but not as many times as you're doing it. You're developing speed, you're developing power and force through that bulky tissue that you just built.
What kind of training did you do as a gymnast for anything of this sort? Because it seems like gymnastics would be mostly stretching and then just the stunts.
It
or
really
the tumbling
was.
Or whatever.
So gymnastics was all body weight. It was all just like fine motor skills, strict strength. We didn't really do anything resistance. We didn't have dumbbells. We didn't really have barbells. I was exposed to it in high school because my high school coach, she was the one that introduced CrossFit to us. And CrossFit is just high intensity, variable functional movement patterns. And again, you're putting yourself in different positions. You're working on foundational lifts and there's different skill components to it as well. But that's where I got the, experience and exposure to strength training was through CrossFit. And so growing up in gymnastics, we didn't really touch weights ever.
Well, I guess, because you're not really looking to bulk up. You need flexibility.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is Hyrox? I saw that on your website. I mean, I'm just thinking maybe that's what she's talking about. Is that what you're talking about? Maybe Hyrox? Is that
Hyrox is
or is it different from what you just described?
It is completely different.
Okay.
Yep. Hyrox is a newer fitness model. It takes a hybrid approach to. So CrossFit is very, I guess you would say, complex, and it's fast, intense. You're lifting like Olympic lifts and you're doing gymnastics, speed work. It's a lot of variables all in once. Hyrox takes the barbell component out of it, and it's a lot more cardio. It's a lot more engine. It's a fitness race, and it's the same race all around the world. And so Hyrox, what it is it takes the everyday athlete. And CrossFit is something that it's a sport. It is a phenomenal methodology, but a lot of people are scared of it. A lot of people are scared because they're like, I don't want to touch a barbell. I don't ever want to do a snatch or a clean and jerk, all these Olympic lifts.
I mean, I think they look daunting. Have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
Right.
No?
Right.
I haven't either. I've never really lifted weights. I mean, I don't know why.
I do small weights because I do Pilates and then we do like 5 pounds.
Yeah, but that's that's good.
Yeah. No,
Right?
it's more, like you said, repetition on smaller weights.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's
Yeah.
more what Hyrox. It sounds like more. You could burn fat with Hyrox.
Oh yeah, it's a total engine burner. So you're running a lot more. So it's more running mixed with a couple of other like monostructural pieces. So you run 1,000 meters.
Monostructural pieces.
Yeah.
That means
Right.
what?
Yeah,
I know,
so
like,
it's
hello?
like rowing and skiing. Like, have you ever seen like those rowing machines in the
Oh,
gym?
yeah.
Yeah.
Rowing, skiing. There's farmers carries. There's weighted lunges. There's wall balls. A heavy sled push, heavy sled pull. So it kind of gets a lot of domains of fitness.
This
in
sounds like
one.
football training.
Kind
Yeah.
of. It's hard. It is
Yeah.
hard, and it's
Sled
taxing on the
pulls?
body. But right, and so it's working a lot on like your engine, and so it's a lot of compromised running, and it's catered towards anyone who's interested in just getting out there, challenging themselves, challenging their body, and it's a good way to just introduce yourself to the whole fitness side of things, and it's fun. You get to go out there, you get to race with your friends, and you get to retest your prior race and see if you can get a better time or a faster time. And so it's motivating, it's fun, it's challenging, but it's something that's easy and accessible for everyone.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes,
So I was thinking that you do a lot of physical rehab.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
We just haven't gotten to that
Okay.
yet. We're
Yeah.
just- we're-
So
All the
somebody
fitness.
I'm picturing somebody coming in with just had shoulder surgery or Achilles or whatever.
Yeah,
And they're not plunging into this.
not yet.
Okay. But that's part
Not
of the
yet.
program.
You bet. That's,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, that's the fitness forward side of things.
Okay.
I see a slew.
now
of
we're talking
people.
about the people who are
Yes.
wounded.
Okay.
I see everyday aches and pains. You come in, you're like, oh, my back hurts. And I'm like, okay, let's address the pain first. I see a lot of post-ops, but I see a lot of post-ops that they're like high school athletes, they're competitive CrossFitters, competitive weightlifters, the weekend warrior, I guess you would call it. Same thing too. People that just like are into that, like they were well aware of what their bodies can do, and they're fit and they're active and they're leading healthy lifestyles out in the community, playing a whole bunch of sports and stuff. But I see everything. But I definitely, because I have this fitness forward approach and because I'm pretty deep into sports medicine, I do see a lot more of athletes. The general population, though, I'll see anyone. I'll treat anyone. I'll treat you name it: back pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, any sort of specific like post-op, shoulder, back, knee. Again, same thing. But then I'll also do a lot of prevention and maintenance work for the athletes because their sports are hard. And my goal with PT is, one, I need to get you out of pain. Pain is the number one thing that it sucks. It's hard. That's priority. Get you out of pain. And then I want to make sure that you're mobile. I want to make sure that that mobility is turning into like stability and strength. And then it doesn't stop there. Like traditional PT, you're like, okay, great, you can walk. See you later.
Right.
And then you're back in the door because you're
Yeah.
like, my knee really still hurts. And
That's so true.
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not your rehab plan. It's not going to be enough for everyone. That's what I was saying earlier about the intensity, is that traditional PT models don't ever focus on intensity. And so with me, PT doesn't stop when you're backing or getting back into walking or getting back into like, okay, I can climb the stairs. It's how do we build more strength? How do we make you more resilient? How do we make you stronger and more difficult to re-injure? So we're really focusing on the healing process, and then also maintaining whatever strength gains that we've gotten throughout the rehab, and then some. I want to make sure that you're maintaining the fact that it's more long term. Longevity is the key to that like end stage rehab. And again, I don't push the barbell. I don't push weights on anyone. I'll meet you where you're at. But for a lot of my patients, it's long term pain relief, and it doesn't just stop once you're out of pain.
Okay, so what you were talking about was pain, and then your second step was perform or prime,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Pain, prime,
And
perform,
that's-
and prevent, I believe.
Perform, prevent. Yeah.
Yep.
So you just covered the first two?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so perform means you get back out there?
Yeah,
or
back out there
what
doing-
does that mean?
That's whatever specific to the goals
Yeah.
that you want. So if you're coming in and you're like, hey, I would really love to get back into running a 5K. Okay, great. Or like, hey, I just tore my ACL and I want to get back into playing soccer.
Oh, God.
That's you getting back into the sport.
Okay.
Or it's as simple as, I want to be able to pick up my grandchild.
Oh, yeah. You probably get a lot of those.
Yeah, I do. Oh, sure. Probably all the time. All the time.
I wish my sister lived here and not in Vermont because I would send her to you.
Oh.
She has about 25 grandchildren and she's always trying to pick them up. Well,
Wow.
some of them are older now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. So then that's perform and then prevent.
Mhm.
Okay.
Preventing injury, preventing a flare up.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, Holly, you have been to PT ever in your life, right?
Yes.
I've only been once. That was for my ankle thing. That was absolute pure torture. And to this day, I still have terrible pain. And I didn't do what I didn't do what all I was supposed to do either. So it's on me 50%. But you know, what do? I mean, you just work through it or you just suffer long term, right? Better to just get it done, right?
100%.
Now, so where are you from?
I grew up in Bloomingdale, Illinois. I moved up here about 5 years ago.
For
To
what?
go to school?
To go to school. I went to Rosalind Franklin University.
Oh, yeah. I heard they have a really great program there.
Fantastic program.
Yeah.
Fantastic PT school there. I went there for school and then I ended up, so while I was in school, because I was a CrossFit athlete, I was like, what's the nearest CrossFit gym near me? And it was CrossFit Lake Forest. And so while I was in school, I was able to still work out with the little time that I had because PT school is no joke. It's no joke. They're long hours, long studying. And so for me, I consider myself an athlete and working out is a lifestyle change or just it's a lifestyle habit. It's no question. I wake up in the morning, I go to the gym, and that's part of my daily routine.
Oh,
and so
boy, I wish we were disciplined like that. Well, you're better, but go on.
But it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle that I was very fortunate that gymnastics allowed me to foster and continue on. And so CrossFit did that for me. I found a local CrossFit gym and just being there and then obviously going through school, the gym itself was a home away from home. And it allowed me obviously to like have an escape from school, but then also continuously build on my strengths and grow as an athlete and a competitive CrossFitter. And
create community.
Yeah,
too.
100%.
In a new area.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that gym, I would not be here. I would not be here because I got an endless amount of opportunities again from the coaches, the owner, and just being an athlete myself. And then obviously people come and they're like, oh, she doesn't only just like talk the talk, she walks the walk. And so a lot of the people in that gym alone and then in other gyms in the surrounding areas, they know me because I go out there and I compete. But if it wasn't for that gym, I would not still be here because I got a whole bunch of opportunities with the gym itself and then obviously with school. And then I just landed here and I was like, I'm going to stay here.
So did the gym propel you to open your own?
You bet.
Okay. And then are you partnering with them at all? Do they refer you or?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I, fresh out of school, got a job with the clinic site that I ended my last rotation with. I was fortunate enough that a year later, I was like, okay, I'm going to branch out, do my own thing. And the gym was that home for me. I was working inside of the gym. And so, yes, it was a referral. But at that point, everyone had already known me. I'd coached there for 3 years. And really, I mean, I launched my practice inside of the gym. And
That explains. Yeah.
That explains my website. My website is still me working inside of that gym. And so me being inside of a gym was phenomenal because one, obviously everyone already knew me. They knew me because I was an athlete there and I was a coach there. But then anybody who was like, I mean, again, CrossFit it's a lot on your body. And so people would have aches and pains all day long. So they're like, okay, I'm going to go see Amanda. And
that is
I'm
hardcore.
just down the hall. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I've seen those people.
Right.
You just walked all the way up the front. Everyone knew that was PT. I'd treat them. And so that's where things kind of kicked off is that once like one person from the gym came and was treated by me, they're like, oh yeah, you got to go see her. She's like, we feel great. We can move. And so, yes, I did partner with them just because that's where I was inside. I was working inside the gym.
Right.
And so the more that I was seeing people and the more that I was working with those athletes and all the other gyms in the area too, they're like, oh, who's this girl? She's working with so-and-so. And so then things exploded pretty fast.
How is it being a business owner?
It's hard. It's no joke. No one warns you about it. No one warns you that you are there 24/7. You are on the clock 24/7.
So they don't give you any kind of background when you're going to Rosalind Franklin and you're training.
No.
They don't. No business training, huh?
I could have if I wanted to during a portion of the school.
But you didn't really see yourself maybe doing that.
I did not.
Oh,
I did
wow.
not. And I truthfully, again, I attribute it to the owner of that CrossFit gym. He was the one that really pushed me. He's like, Amanda, do it now. You're not going to regret it. And so I launched out, started my business. And again, I was very fortunate that I was able to grow inside of his gym to start.
How wonderful to have a mentor.
100%. 100%. And he's like, do it now. And I did it. And I exploded and expanded. And I branched out and I was like, okay, here we are. And I attribute it. I tell him all the time. I'm like, if it wasn't for you, I would not be here. I would not be able to treat all these people, get all these other opportunities within PT if it wasn't for you, if you didn't just like extend out your home to me. And I again, he knows it. He's well aware that he played a huge role into where I'm at today.
Oh,
That is a
how
great
fortunate.
story.
It is a great
Yes,
story, isn't
yes.
it? It's nice to have that. I mean, everybody should have a great mentor, but when you do, boy, cherish that.
I know. Yeah.
Hey, maybe he can help you with the business side.
We do talk about it quite often.
Yeah.
We do.
Do you have employees?
I do not yet.
Oh my God.
Oh boy,
Not
that's
yet.
another whole.
So that's
But you answer the phones, you do the bookwork, and then you treat everybody that
you bet.
wow. Oh,
Jane of all trades
I'd be
right here.
so
That sounds
tired
horrible.
at the
That's
end of
why
the
I was
day.
like, being a business owner is hard. It's because I do everything. However, I am very fortunate that my mom does help me out. She does a lot of the back end admin stuff, and so if anyone comes in, if they're wanting a new appointment, she's on there. She's doing the billing. She's doing the insurance verification. Yeah.
Oh, so you take insurance.
I do.
Speaking
I
of
do.
which, yeah, I was going to ask you
That's
about
a
that.
biggie.
It is a
Yeah.
biggie. Tell us about that.
So I do accept insurance. However, I'm a hybrid provider. So what that means is I only take one insurance and it's only Blue Cross. And I'm not right now. I am working with a couple other insurance companies. So I'm not secluding myself right now to just Blue Cross. There is potential in the future for a couple more insurance companies to be credentialed by. But I only take Blue Cross as of now. But if you don't have Blue Cross, no worries at all. And this is the finicky thing, because people are like, oh, you don't take my insurance, I'm not going to come and see you. But I do offer out of pocket and out of network rates. And so usually what the misconception too is they're like, oh, well, if you don't have Blue Cross, then why bother coming to see you? And it's like, well, okay, you can go see someone who takes your insurance, but you're not going to get the same quality of care that you're getting with me. And also, people also don't realize that you can get reimbursed. If you call the back of your insurance card, not everyone has a phenomenal plan, but if you call the back of your insurance card, there's a chance that you have out-of-network benefits.
So call ahead, find out, and just and give your information, and then you can find out how much you're covered.
Yeah.
I mean, how about Medicare? Do you take Medicare?
Mm-mm.
No. Okay. 'Cause I'd be there tomorrow.
Me too. Now, do you do acupuncture?
I do dry needling.
What is that?
What's the difference between that and acupuncture? Because I saw that on your website.
Acupuncture follows the meridian of your body. So
Isn't that what acupuncture does?
That's acupuncture.
Wait.
Acupuncture
you're
follows the
saying-
meridian.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, I missed that part.
You're good. So acupuncture is, acupuncture and dry needling have two different techniques. Acupuncture, you go in. So say you're like, I'm having issues with my kidney, and then they're going to find the map of your body and then needle the spot. Probably it's like somewhere in your foot. I'm not too sure where the spot of your kidney is. Yeah.
If you were an acupuncturist, you'd know.
Correct.
Yeah.
You needle it, you let the needle sit there, and then the acupuncturist takes their needle out. I follow trigger points. And so I'm following adhesions or knots. People have knots in their body all the time.
Yep.
So I'm poking around with my thumbs, palpating, trying to find any sort of resistance or tension in your muscle. And then I'll go directly into that spot that there's an adhesion or a knot. And it essentially, what I'm trying to do is trigger a twitch response within the muscle. And it's more, dry needling is, again, it's following the trigger points in your body. But it's helping reorganize a chemical disorganization that's causing that disorganized pattern of the muscle that's creating the knot. And so I'm going in, and it takes like 3 to 4 deep tissue massages to get rid of that knot versus one needle. And a lot of times,
Oh,
it's crazy
okay.
because it's going directly into the skin of the muscle.
So wait, when
Wow.
you go to that soft tissue where you're palpating,
Uh-huh.
do you insert the needle in that spot or the spot that it refers the pain to? Like
Either or.
Oh,
That's great. That is
okay.
great. Sometimes people have referred pain. And so if someone's like, oh, I have numbness in my like fingers, I'll go up the chain of the body. There's referral patterns of where pain is coming from. And so I'll needle that muscle group that's responsible for that referred pain out somewhere else in the body. Or again, I will follow that trigger point. So say if you're like your shoulder's hurting, I'm gonna poke around, I'll go right into that muscle, call it a day. And people get instant pain relief out of it.
Wow.
Instant.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
How popular is it?
Popular. Dry needling is something that I don't push onto people. If I think it's medically necessary, I'll do it. And so I do needle a lot of my patients, but I'm not going to do it, especially for people who are afraid of needles.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it on everyone. No. And plus there's certain pathologies and certain pains that I'm like, nope, you're good. I don't think that you need it.
Does it hurt?
Tricky answer or tricky. Yeah. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. It's more of a weird sensation, I guess you would say. Because
I've had acupuncture
Yeah.
extensively, so I'm trying to liken it to that. Does the needle go deeper than acupuncture?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm going into the muscle belly. You bet.
Oh, okay. That'll be a sensation.
It for sure
Yeah,
is. It
yeah,
for sure
yeah.
is. Sometimes people are like, I don't feel the needle at all. Some people are like, yeah, I feel it. Some people will feel a lot of pain. And sometimes people will feel pain somewhere totally else in that referred pattern.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, I feel this in the back of my eye. And I'm like, yep, that's totally normal. Totally
Wow,
normal.
the back of your
Oh
eye.
my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, that's a difficult question to answer because everybody's body responds differently.
Yeah.
And again, dry needling is different though than acupuncture because again, when I needle someone, I'm moving the needle until I no longer feel that twitch response. And that twitch is uncomfortable. Like your body is uncontrollably contracting.
Spasming.
It's spasming. And that sometimes is a little scary for people. But I always give people a nice rundown and expectation beforehand so it doesn't freak them out. And they're like,
Right.
I was like, I told you so.
Yeah,
I told
see?
you so.
See?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like my dentist.
Right.
They say, now tell me exactly what you're going to be doing ahead of
Yeah.
time so I'm prepared.
Yeah.
And see, that's
Oh,
what
I
you
prepare.
do. And with a procedure like that,
Uh-huh.
I think people would want to know.
I prepare and I talk to them throughout the way. And I always tell people, hey, as much as I'm guiding the treatment, at the end of the day, you have the decision to be like, nope, too much.
Yeah. Good.
It is run by you. You take on and go off running. And if you say so, you say the word, needle's coming out. So
that is what you would call body work,
yeah.
right? What you just
Essentially.
described? Or
Kind
is there
of,
something,
yeah.
is there another facet that we haven't?
Body work is a big umbrella term. And so
Oh, okay.
I know. So dry needling is part of my body work
Okay.
series. Again, so as much as I say that I'm very fitness forward, I work with athletes who they're getting a lot of that stimulus with their training all day long. The last thing that I want to do is continuously throwing on that extra stressor and extra stimulus of working out. The general population, they're not meeting those like higher intensity or strength training loads. And that's why I'll tend to push a lot more of like the exercises and rehab side of things. But I do offer body work and I offer recovery sessions because again, the athletes are already doing so much on their bodies. And so dry needling is part of what I consider body work. It's a neurophysiological feel good modality. Dry needling, cupping, scraping.
Oh, cupping. Yeah.
What is I have done cupping before.
Yeah, me too. What's scraping?
Yeah, what's scraping?
Have you had that?
Have
No,
you
but I
ever-
wrote it down because I didn't know what it was.
I've never heard. Yeah, I'd never even heard of that before.
Have you heard of Graston?
No.
Gua sha?
Gua sha? Yeah. We just
Very
had
similar.
That's it. That sort of has to do with cupping. Gua sha, doesn't it?
Gua sha is it looks like it's a butter knife, like a kitchen knife that you're rubbing over the muscle.
Yeah.
It's a tool. And so I'm scraping the skin.
So scraping is related to gua sha. So
They're very similar.
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All it is it's breaking up a lot of the adhesions in the muscles, reducing the muscle tone. I'm bringing up redness to the surface, which is called just petechia. And so I'm improving the blood flow to help reduce pain. and improve flexibility in that muscle tissue.
Oh, so it's kind of like if you used a loofah on yourself really, really hard.
Yeah.
But, with not the same therapeutic results. Okay.
Right.
Because you know what you're doing.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, we've learned a lot.
Yes. And I've done cupping, and you said you've done cupping.
I've done cupping, yeah.
And what is it really supposed to do?
Yeah.
Because I read all kinds of different things about it.
Besides have cool,
The little
red circles
Right,
on your
red
back.
circles on your back.
the
Yeah.
red circle. Oh, that's cute. I usually call them pepperoni marks or
Oh, yeah.
an octopus
yeah.
bite. Someone called them a bubble bite. I was like,
Octopus
cute.
bite.
Very similar to scraping. Very similar. So you're breaking up the adhesions. You're bringing essentially you're bringing up the blood flow to the surface, separating some of the restrictions that you have between the muscle and the muscle layer on top, improving the blood flow, reducing inflammation, flushing out all those toxins. Yeah, that your body doesn't necessarily need, and essentially same thing too for improving pain and improving flexibility. So
What would you do for to try to drain someone's lymph system, whatever, I guess, or whatever, or lymphatic something?
I don't do any lymphatic drainage.
Oh, okay.
I refer out.
Yeah.
I refer out.
No, I mean,
But-
that's why I'm always asking people, because it's a real specialty. It
100% is.
Yeah,
Yep, it is.
It's hard to find, but I
Right.
was just curious. So you refer out. Thank you for being upfront about that, because that's what I keep hearing.
If it's related to the lymph system, yes, I refer out. But if
Yeah.
you're inflamed, especially all my post-ops, they're coming in and their joints are big and swollen. And so I'll do that. I'll do the
Yeah.
tissue work. I'll do some manual therapy. So soft tissue massage work. I'll do the stretching. I know. I'll do the scraping, all the feel good stuff to help flush all of that out. Cause that's what's causing their pain.
All the stuff that's being
The
held in
fluid,
their
yeah,
body, the fluid. Yeah, right. So people who had like a knee replacement,
Right,
maybe,
yep.
or something like that. Oh,
What's your most common patient issue?
Like
Is
body
it-
part.
well, is it stuff from like paddle or
That's
what's
do.
that other thing?
Pickleball.
Pickleball, yeah.
I thought it was pickleball.
Yeah,
I do have a lot of paddle, squash, pickleball players, you name it.
bet.
Oh, a lot of them. But again, I see an athlete. So all the racket sports, and I see a lot of like the high schoolers too. You name it, in all their sports. I don't know if there's any sport that I haven't touched yet, from all the Lake Forest, Libertyville, like the Vernon Hill High School kids.
Bet you take care of a lot of the little gymnasts too.
I actually haven't yet in this
Oh.
area. Yeah.
Strange.
I do
Yeah.
have, I lied. I've had 3. But no, so again, because I'm known as a CrossFitter and I'm known as a Hyrox athlete, and
Yeah.
weightlifting is very similar to that too. I do get that's the descriptor of like my current caseload. They're athletes, they're CrossFitters, they're weightlifters. And then I do have like my general population, because again, I see an athlete, they're out there doing stuff like paddle, they're playing squash, they're playing
These
you
are
name
kind of
it.
the warriors, weekend warriors.
The weekend
Sure,
warriors, yeah. They still do fitness training, and all of them are
Yeah.
out at a gym. They're doing Pilates, and they're lacking that like resistance training modality, and that's where they're like, "Whoa, we love this. We love that it's a little different than what we're currently doing." But yeah, any body part, you name it, any ache, pain, that's what I'm seeing. But like
that should be your slogan. Any body part, you name it.
Yeah. But no, right now, and the cool thing about my practice is my demographic. Again, I keep saying athlete, but when I say athlete, it's like the 30 to like 50-year-old range. I do see a lot of high school athletes too, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But especially in this area, they're all the moms and dads, and they've got little ones, or they've got kids out in college, and they're just wanting to get back into a healthy and like active lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's tough because I only take Blue Cross, so it severely limits who I can see. But I do have plenty of other people who are over the age of 60 that are like, hey,
Whatever.
I want to try this out. I know this is what my body needs. I want to come and see you. And they're like, this is what we were missing this whole time.
That would be
The
us.
last 30 years of PT.
Is there anything that we've not covered?
Well,
that,
I want to ask one question. Do you find that there's more athletes in high school now that are getting injured way more frequently because it's so much more competitive?
Oh, absolutely.
That's a
You
good
hear
question.
about that a
You
lot.
bet.
And they're just pushed and pushed and
Yeah.
pushed until they might not even be able to play sports in college, and that was maybe the goal.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that story like?
Yeah, they definitely, it's hard to say. And a lot of the times too, is I feel like these athletes, these youth, high schoolers, growing up, they were kind of forced into specializing into one sport.
Yeah,
and
instead the kids used to do 3 sports,
Yeah.
3 different sports, a fall sport, a winter sport. And so that you got, a cross section of using your body in different ways and to find out what you wanted, and nothing was worn out.
Correct.
Right?
And I'm that missing link that they're like, oh, we're not doing, my body hurts. And I'm like, okay, well, let's look at your week of training.
Yeah.
And let's realize that you're doing way too much of this one specific thing, and you're lacking in this other area of strength development. And so that's where they're coming to me and they're like, okay, let's do this. But then I'm obviously looking at their volume. I've got plenty of kids that they wake up, they're going to sports, they're going to school, practices right afterwards, and it's every single day. And I'm like, well, whoa.
And on the
where's
weekend,
your
they do a
recovery
travel
day?
team. Yeah, right.
Where's your recovery?
Yeah.
Sports and athletics, it's hard. You're putting so much stress on your body, and all those hours throughout the week, you're overdoing it. And again, like I was saying, the last thing this is why I do body work and recovery, is because the last thing that I want to do is to keep pushing you. Because people are like, oh, well, I just need to be stronger. And it's like, well, hold on. We need to recover, and we need to super compensate. We need to allow our body the time to need to get back to that like homeostatic level of let's return to baseline so that we can make sure that we're looking at performance and improving performance in athletics, but then also longevity. Kids get burnt out fast.
That's what I keep hearing.
I keep hearing that too. And they just, by the time college is, I don't want to play sports now.
Yeah.
I know, and that's so sad.
That happened to my ex-husband. He was a would-be Olympic swimmer, and he just one day he all of a sudden just said, I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore.
Burnout.
Yeah, burnout. He went on to play college football very successfully, but he was that good, but he had been pushed so hard that he just said, no, I'm not doing it. And that's what can happen. And it's sad.
It really is.
It is.
It
But
really
I
is.
love that. I love that you asked that question, because it's such a question germane to her practice and germane to our area, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Because parents
So
get
that's
very
good.
involved, and
They're so involved. So involved. Very involved.
It's nice that they care.
right.
Well,
they think,
yeah.
oh, he's going to be in the Olympics, and
Yeah,
then
well,
bet.
some could, but
Yeah.
not everybody does. Sometimes it should just be fun.
right,
It really
right.
should be.
Yeah.
And PT should be fun too.
And PT, I bet you make it fun, and you're
You
so
bet.
cute.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
thank you.
your
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
personality and
Yeah.
everything, and I can't believe you run the studio by yourself.
I do. Me, myself,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I.
It really does sound horrible, I have to tell you. Just
yeah.
But then again, she's so young, and that she has all the energy
Right,
to do
right.
that.
Oh, for
so,
sure.
That's why I did it.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. I was like, you know what? I saw the opportunity, and I was like, I am taking it, and I am running with it, because
That's
right now,
so great. I love that attitude for
I
a
was
young gal like you.
if
Go
I can do
getter.
it, yeah, you
Big
bet.
go getter. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here with
thank
us.
you guys.
This
Yeah.
was so educational. So
I've learned a lot.
I know. I'm
yeah.
just like, wow.
We only do
Okay.
this. We do this so we can learn, not to really help anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh,
But we
absolutely.
want to know stuff.
We just want, we're just picking
Well,
your
there's
brain.
plenty more. There's plenty more. You can pick my brain whenever.
So we'll probably
have you back.
for like a part 2 in 6
yeah,
months or something.
absolutely,
And where
absolutely.
you've been, and you've got 5
I bet.
employees, and you're this and that.
Oh
and-
yeah, I
Good
hope.
idea.
I hope.
We'll
yeah.
do that. So give us your info.
Quick and easy one is just if you Google PRX Physical Therapy on Google, or my website's prxpt.com.
Are you on
Hours-
Instagram?
I am. And so I have 2 different Instagram accounts. My first one is PRX Physical Therapy. That's the business. And then I also run my own personal like physical therapy account. So then you can you can kind of get an idea of like who I am and who I am outside of the PT role. So you get to kind of see me as an athlete. But my personal PT handle is Amanda Arendt. So it's Amanda, my first name, last name ARENDT.DPT. Both are very similar, but the nice thing about my personal account is that I can, again, just express who I am, and not just, I get to show the world like, hey, not only do I talk the talk, but I walk the walk. I'm competing. I'm advertising things. I'm scheduling like social events and outings, you name it, on that account. But yes, I am on social media, on Instagram, and same thing, Facebook. If you just Google, I believe PRX Physical Therapy, or just Amanda Arendt.
Okay.
You'll find me. You will find me.
All right. So, woman-owned business,
Uh-huh.
lives in Lake Bluff,
Uh-huh.
has her own business in Lake Bluff, local as hell.
Very
and what
local.
is the address of your business and the hours?
Yes. So address is 962 North Shore Drive, Lake Bluff. Hours are pretty much all hours of the day. I work, it's Monday through Thursday is 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then Fridays, I do have half days on Friday. So unfortunately, if you want an evening on Friday, I work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m.
All right. And then it's rock on the rest of the
You
time,
bet.
right?
You bet. Yeah.
You have to have your own recovery.
I do.
Right.
I
on
do.
weekends.
That's
I hope
my
you
weekend.
recover and not work out too much.
Well, weekends are out spent doing marketing. They're out spent doing competitions. You name it, traveling.
No, competitions.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't touch on that. Like,
No.
for
You're not still doing gymnastics, are you?
No.
You're kind of tall.
No. CrossFit, Hyrox.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm other racing.
Oh, my goodness.
This year, and it's funny because this year I'm actually running the Chicago Marathon too. And so I've got Hyrox, I've got a half marathon, a marathon. And so I'm just out there and I am just exposing myself to all these new challenges. And it's like, well, why not?
Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
thank
much,
you.
Amanda. This is so fun.
We appreciate
absolutely.
you taking
gosh.
the time. And boy, we've learned a lot. And we'll do whatever we can to promote your business. That's
Oh,
for
I
sure.
appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you get Medicare, I'll be
bet.
there like a rash.
I will
okay?
too.
Well, see, that's a misconception. You can still come and see me.
That's true.
I know.
You can
You're
see
right.
that.
Still come
That's
and
true.
see
And I
me.
would like to see your facility for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I go to Pasquazi's all the time, so what the heck, right?
Oh,
You'll
right.
see it. You'll see my sign. It's real big across. So I'm right across from the Yappy Puppy. And the
Awesome.
animal hospital.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
You're right there.
You can't miss me. My sign's real big.
I know exactly where you are. Exactly where. All right, time to say goodbye. Goodbye, Pod Dog. Say bye, bye, bye. Here, he's been moaning for the last 20 minutes. I don't know if it came through the mic. Say bye, bye. Bye, bye. Bye, Holly. Bye,
Bye.
Amanda.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Harvey. Ladies Who Question is executive produced and edited by me, Lisa Dominique, and also executive produced by Holly Caulfield. Holly also does most of our research, and Claire Caulfield is in charge of technical assistance and social media. Music, My Lionheart. Sketch music by Florian Manx and Matthew Anderson. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe, follow, rate, and review Ladies Who Question on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Send your thoughts to ladieswhoquestion@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and our website, ladieswhoquestion.com.
All content discussed on Ladies Who Question are the opinions of Lisa Dominique and Holly Caulfield and should not be construed as advice of any kind. By listening to this podcast, you agree not to use this podcast as advice of any personal or medical issue for yourself or others. This disclaimer also applies to guests or contributors to the podcast.